You all doubted me and said that I couldn't slay a chest monster. Well, look at this. It took an hour and a half, but it's done. Everything is sorted into its designated area, although it's not very pretty. And here are all of the shulker boxes left. Oof. Yeah, it was a lot of work, but everything has been moved over to this storage system, and slowly, like, the wooden stuff will be moved to its own area, like the stone over there, and then the dirt, gravel, and sand over there will be moved. Similar thing, I think I'll probably have some stuff over there, but this system is working well. We left off last time without seeing the full end of the fruits of our labor, but the whole thing is completely filled up all the way up to this hopper here, so it's working well. But today I wanted to work on the auto smelter system. That is the Florcraft smelters, and it's going to go around here. It's going to be a super smelter using the Florcraft furnaces that use essence, and then down here is where we're going to like put our items in and stuff. I've got some really interesting ideas for the builds there, so look forward to that today too. Unfortunately, these teleporters aren't really working for some reason. Like, this one will go back to where it's supposed to be, but the one on the other side won't teleport back here. It keeps breaking. I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's not too big of a deal. It just means I have to walk over to this area. But we are trying to make a bunch of these mystical furnaces, and they require quite a bit of iridic essence, as well as 2 of these basic runes, so they're not cheap to make in bulk. And there was a problem with some of the iridic essence collection up here in the mountain. It looks like that's resolved itself, so while we wait for that to build up, I want to make the normal pylon into the runic pylon into the big bad reinforced pylon here. That's a lot, and we should have enough resources to do that. It's expensive. And here's our first pylon. Okay, runic pylon down. Now for the big one. Okay, now there it is. Reinforced pylon. Boom. And that is huge. And we are also going to be using the essence reservoir for this, because I don't want to have to wait for my items to smelt. I want them to smelt no matter what, all the time, anytime I need it. Okay, I think we have everything we need to get started. So I've already placed the pylon down here. It's only been like a few minutes and it's already full, so that's a great sign. And I want to put the reservoir here because I've got an idea for the build. So the reservoir is a 3x3x3 structure, and you use materials like diamond blocks or other like redstone blocks or anything like that to add storage to it. And another thing is special blocks according to what you're trying to store. So I'm using a bunch of lava because that is useful for arid essence. Now, to max this thing out, it's unbelievable. Like, it's super expensive. If you want to max this thing's storage out, which we do with our main storage of essence and whatnot, we're going to make another one of these at some point. You need, for the corner blocks, netherite. Netherite blocks right here. That's never gonna happen for me. That's so expensive. And if you want the best blocks for arid essence, ancient debris. Like, it's so expensive. It's a goal. It's for sure a goal to have. So I am going to be making this on kind of the cheap. Not super, like this is still quite a few diamonds. I'm just going to be using lava because I want this build to look crazy. And this is a smelting room, so it's got to look really, really cool. You know, lava flowing out of this thing, ancient debris, whatever this magical, mystical thing is here in the center is going to be powering everything. So I want it to look really, really cool. And to be honest, with diamond blocks and quartz, it looks super gross and kind of disgusting. So at some point, I want to get ancient debris in here, but that's going to take a lot of time. I'll tell you what, that's an eyesore. It's so bad. Okay, so the best I can do is put lava here. It's going to flow down and into here. For now, I'm just going to make a general little pocket pool for it to, or a little pocket for it to pool in. Just in case I don't want it flowing everywhere in this room. We can control it later if need be. It's so ugly. So maybe if we create this and make this a pool of lava and have little spigots coming out onto the build for a furnace track or something. But this is hideous. And at this point, I might as well just make it full on glowstone and deal with decorating it later, because this is just gross. It is gross. The diamond blocks are not good. The glowstone's not good. It's just hard to make this look good. So that's, I guess, my complaint for this Florcraft block is it's very difficult to build with. Okay, so at least let's get this fixed. So this will be the disc poppy, and this will be the absorb loom. Looks like it doesn't know where to put this. Interesting. Okay. Okay, figured it out. Okay, so it acts like a normal reservoir in every way, it said in the book. So I was like, oh, they require redstone signal. So I had to change this out with a solid block repeater powering through this block into the other one. So now it absorbs, and you heard it there, and we're gathering up essence. Yes, now we just gotta make this look better somehow. Maybe replace... Oh, but there's gonna be diamond blocks for whatever reasons. I don't know. I'll have to think of something. But now we've got the general storage for essence ready. We gotta work on the furnaces. It should be done. It should finally be done. Oh, you know how long it took me to get these? 30 of them? Well, I'll tell you how long. It took long enough that I built a bridge, that I moved all the stuff over here, and that I oxidized over a stack and a half of copper. Yeah, it took a long time. But that's because I refused to make another one of these, because this is just a temporary setup. So now I can switch this into storage mode, and we can get some essence going. But these furnaces run off of arid essence. This is what we want. This is our super smelter, or what our super smelter is going to be. I also, it's been long enough that I grabbed a bunch of ancient debris. Yeah, I bit off a little bit more than I could chew in this episode. Oh well. So, 30 of these mystical furnaces, and we can just replace this cobblestone, because this is where I wanted it to be. And then we'll start making the super smelter. Oh, so expensive, but so worth it, because I won't need to use any fuel source besides the arid essence, and it's going to be flowing in at a rate that we're not even going to know how to use it all. It's going to overflow. I'm pretty sure this is overkill for the system that we need. But this will be the system. There will be hoppers on the bottom and on the top, and a rail cart system that pushes items in. So, pretty simple. This super smelter doesn't have to be even remotely as big as a normal one would, because normally we would have to have another line of hoppers here, but we don't have to do that because we don't need them, since the fuel is going to be coming from the reservoir, so we don't have to worry about all of the extra furnaces that we have to have. And the reason I'm making this smelter so big is because I want to connect it to our stone generation that we made last episode. So if I fly on up here, whenever you sprint, it's a bit glitchy, but when you fly up here, so once we get the enough books and get the stone generation going, when these chests fill up, I want the default to go over and fill up this chest. So if this chest isn't full, I want the stone generation to go all the way down to our smelter down there and auto smelt it up and then send it back into that chest. So it's going to be kind of a complicated system, and we definitely don't need that much smooth stone, but I like having the option. Like, I know that this block is infinite, and I can not feel bad by using it, and we can make big builds with it in different areas and whatnot. I just like the idea of having as many blocks and as many resources as I can muster. I don't think I've shown the process of transferring essence from one place to another. So we've got these poppies, and they essentially, in this radius that you see here with the particles, they will take essence from one flower and then they will put it in some sort of essence storage. So technically these are essence storage because they can hold 20 in each of these. So these will pull from one flower and put in another. And I've got 2 of these because the radius isn't quite big enough to get all 32 furnaces. So we've got 2 here. And that's not a problem because their radiuses overlap. And they're an equal distance apart. So if I say, oh, there's a little water cave over there. But if I take a lily and I put it here or somewhere, they will pull essence from that and put it in these furnaces. So that's going to be our system. I just have to do the math and figure out exactly where to place these because it's kind of tricky. So now we've got to see these lilies will pull essence from the closest flower. So it's kind of hard to explain, but the next lily in the chain needs to be further away from this flower than this flower is away from this flower. It's not the best way to, it's kind of difficult to phrase, but if we just kind of dig a hole here, we can make a staircase or whatever we need to do over to here. Okay, so I moved this a little closer just because of the way this works, and I'm gonna put another one here. Boom. And as you can see, that connects up to this one, and then this one connects to that one. And now I'm hoping that if we place one here, it connects up to that one. Yes, perfect. And this one connects up to that one. All right, so this will work. And now if we flip this lever here, we hear some essence being pushed around, and we see that now these furnaces, or at least one of them right now, is being filled with essence. So this will work, and eventually all of them will get filled up. Obviously, there's a priority with one, like the closest one to either of these flowers, but eventually this thing will be fully up and operational after like 5 hours of AFKing, because this is a lot of essence. Oh, but it's functional now. We just have to put the item input redstone stuff in. I tried so hard. I did like a 3-hour long replay mod time lapse, or at least I thought I did, but it didn't record. So it's done, but you didn't get to see the process, unfortunately. There's a lot down there, so I made this little ladder to get up and down when you couldn't fly, because I'm not wearing the dragon armor anymore. But I also decorated this place, and this design here and this design here was something I found on Pinterest. They are not my designs. They look really good though, so I implemented them. There's a banner that's missing here that shows the water level. That's going to be really cool. And I'm going to try to make some more diverse copper oxidation levels, kind of make a gradient here. the lore for this is the brine, water from the brine is seeping down into it, and we're using that and steaming it. The lava from this reactor thing goes in here, and there's little water drips at the bottom, and occasionally there's lava too. That's a kind of fun thing that I did. But that gets pumped through and powers the machines, maybe makes the steam power to run the gears that I made over here. I don't know, but it looks cool, and that's what matters. So the redstone is also completely done for this furnace array. So if we look, it's got the proper hopper minecart things that go back and forth and whatnot. And if we give this thing a run, this is the only chest thing that's activated right now. This one doesn't do anything yet. But if we throw like 2 stacks of basalt in here, let's go with that. You can hear it being pumped in, and you can see the items flowing, and it will kind of distribute a little unevenly between these two, but it'll still get some blocks in occasionally for that one. That's why the second thing is here. But it goes back and forth, and it distributes the basalt, and as you can see, it starts to go through, and each of them are going to be smelted down, and it uses the essence to do that. And over here you can see about how fast it is, which is pretty fast actually, so I'm very happy with that. And this is kind of annoying, so I'm going to turn it off. But that's it, pretty much completed. Just need a little bit more decorations, kind of finalize it, make more of this black stone everywhere, kind of just get it in a better looking shape than this, although that is getting there. But this episode has been 10 days in the making, so I think I'm gonna call it here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode.